Because that's the thing I keep hearing over and over and over again is I want to be a professional working actor. And to be a professional working actor is someone that does work occasionally sometimes. But the more you invest in your auditions and the more you are striving to be your best no matter what the circumstances, the better you're going to come across and the more auditions that you're going to have, because that's just the natural progression of things. If you're doing your absolute best and casting directors are seeing you again and again, they want you to succeed. They are happy to show your work to the producers and to the other members of
Right.
the casting team
Yeah.
because you deliver, and that's a good thing.
And it makes that makes them look good too, because
Hmm.
their job is to curate a short list of actors that are appropriate for the role. And so when you're delivering, especially again, if it's a last minute casting or a quick turnaround or a deadline, or they lost someone, if breakdown is released with rush casting and
Hmm.
you can turn around 8 pages in an afternoon, if you get it on a Monday and the deadline's Wednesday, but you can get that in Monday night or Tuesday morning, then there might be a little mental note of like, oh wow, not only was that great work, they fucking did it in a hurry. And then you're wondering, okay, well that person's probably not going to be an issue on set. They're going to know their lines, they're going to be able to chew through that dialogue in a pinch. If the writers on the day while you're in the makeup chair hand you new sides and they're like, here, we switched this scene and this is the new stuff, you're not going to
Hmm.
freak out, you're going to be able to handle that and digest it quickly. So um, yeah, and you've been on set a couple times, Brandon, and once when I say that, I mean a couple times recently,
Hmm.
and you really pride yourself on your prep and being so prepped that if you did only get one take, that you would nail your job and you're going to be an efficient person in what is often a big machine of production. Where if
Hmm.
you're a day player coming in for a couple days, it's not really about you, it's about the leads, and they have this whole machine and system of shooting these episodes and a
Yeah.
production team that just is a finely oiled machine. Well, if you come in as the outsider and you're like, oh, where's everything, what am I doing, what are my lines, then you stick out like a sore thumb and you might get fired on the day. Versus come in, you practice it every different way, you're ready to rock, you're
Yeah.
calm, you're confident, you're in control. The director's not having extra problems with you. He doesn't have to babysit you. Maybe he doesn't even need to give you any notes. Just
Hmm.
thumbs up, do that again, and we'll fix the camera stuff and we'll fix the lighting stuff and just deliver the goods for them. Again, you just
Hmm.
become a reliable person. And then throw onto that, if you have a fun personality and you're a positive person, then not only are you competent, but you're a fun person to be around. Then who doesn't want those people around?
Yeah.
People are fun to be around and they're getting the job done. That's the name of the game.
Because the reason that I've been fighting so hard to be as efficient as possible and to make sure that I am as prepared as I humanly can be is because when I first started out being a professional actor, is I wasn't as prepared, and there's a couple indie movies that I did that I really should have been more prepared for, and I wish I was. And so I'm making sure that I'm doing that while my career is still happening,
Right.
while this is going on, because I'm at the beginning of my career. I'm only 10 years into this career.
Right.
So like it takes some time, and it takes some um missteps along the way for you to come to the conclusion, okay, this is where I need to get to, this is what I want to be. Okay, how do I do that, and what is the best path for me going forward?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and the entry level into becoming a professional actor for most people is to first be a professional auditioner,
Hmm.
to earn those roles and to break into the business and to start letting casting directors know who you are and production, and then you start to develop a network of people and you become a known entity, and then casting directors bring you back. Other productions want to work with you again. When they see
Hmm.
your name, they're like, oh, we worked with him on that last one and he was great, let's get him back. Or maybe we didn't work with you, but we saw his audition for the last project, we really liked him, couldn't use him for that project, but let's get him back for this one. So
Yeah.
many ways you can open up those doors for you. And
Hmm.
it begins with you having that professional mentality and treating yourself like a professional. So many things in life. I've been really learning this in my own coaching, whether it's in acting or business, is you want any change in your life, you really have to begin with an identity change. All massive transformations happen here with an identity, who you believe you are, the stories you tell yourself, the habits, and look at your daily routine and your daily regimen. What's going in, what are the outputs that you have on a daily basis. So seeing yourself as that professional, a professional an audition professional, a professional actor, someone who works really hard, someone who's never out, like nobody out prepares me, nobody outworks me, that those type of, nobody's more positive than me, like those kind of attitudes, versus the identity of a dabbler. Or when I get there, a lot of people think when they get to a certain level, that's when you need to start acting like you're that, and
Yeah.
that's totally ass backwards. It's be, do, have. You need to become who you need to be first, then do the things that someone who is that person does, and then
Mhm.
you'll end up having all the things that those type of people have. You can't just wait till you have all those. Like, you don't say, oh, once I'm a millionaire, I'll develop all the money habits of a millionaire. No, you don't say, well, once I'm healthy and super fit, I'll start going to the gym. Like that doesn't make any sense, right? But a lot of people, I think, are somehow thinking and fooling themselves, or they've been fooled, or whatever it is. Human nature, I guess, is how do I get the most for the least, which isn't necessarily the best strategy. It's like
Mhm.
you want big things, you need to become bigger in your own head, or in your own life. Or that saying of, to have things to have things that you've never had in your life, you need to be someone that you've never been. You need to do things that you've never done. If you're wondering why your life is changing, but you're not changing anything you're doing, or changing any of your thoughts, or changing of your identity, then yeah, no wonder you're in the exact same spot. So really be focused on that. And one thing I heard that really resonated with me yesterday was, um, still along these lines, is every advanced people in any field, this is so good, advanced people in any field never don't do the basics. Everyone who is advanced, the reason that they're still advanced and at a high level is because they always do the basics. So that's things like your prep and following a checklist, and just having that system, having an audition system. To be at, you don't get to the top level and then throw it all out the window and now I just wing it like a professional pilot. They're they're professionals because they follow systems, they have training, and they're trusted and known to be certified that, okay, I follow a system. You don't just, oh, I've got 30 years of being a pilot now, I don't follow a pre-flight checklist anymore, or I don't really check the computers, I just kind of wing it now. Like, that's not going to end well. So just that idea of following the basics, is there's foundations. To be a high-rise building, you need a very strong foundation. To be an expert and professional and a top in your field, there's basic foundational things that people do. As an actor, it might be breathing and breath work and vocal and physical warm-ups. Then it might be spending your time in rehearsal, putting in X number of hours or X number of reps in a rehearsal, and things like that. But just the idea of never letting go of basic foundations. To
Mhm.
be advanced, first be basic.